I'm just making a cup of tea because it's really cold. And it got me thinking about how winters here in Australia, and although it's been really warm, it's starting to get cold again. I'm seeing more and more couples coupling up, and I'm remembering about the times when I used to get really annoyed when I'd be either in the company of couples who were being overly lovey-dovey, as I like to call it, or if I was out and about and there was lots of people being very affectionate, outwardly affectionate, and it used to wind me up quite a bit. My normal reaction would be something like, oh, ew, like look at them, like why don't they get a room, like this, so because it was it was pushing in on stuff that I wasn't dealing very well with for me, and through that kind of looking at that reaction that I used to have, it was quite eye-opening, because that was something that I really wanted, but I wouldn't let myself think about that, because I'd resigned myself to the fact that I was never going to be in a relationship or have someone that was gonna want to be with me. And so when I seen people who were very lovey-dovey, it used to just throw that off for me, and I became very aware of that decision that I had made, and the reactions that it was having, not only from a mental perspective but also from a physical perspective. And it just kind of got me thinking to what it actually means to be aware of these signals that we have. That was something that was so unconscious to me, and it was very much a thing that I was very pushing a lot of people away because they didn't want to be around me, and I wouldn't get invited to coupley things because of their reactions, so therefore it was enforcing my singledom. But through recognizing that was a pattern, and that was a decision that I'd made to be looking at this couple and choosing the decision of, that's making me feel lonely, so I'm going to react in a way that's very aggressive. That was pushing what I really wanted even further away from me. So I changed that decision to be, right, although I feel really uncomfortable watching and having like love expressed openly around me, I was going to choose a different reaction. So instead of looking at what I disliked and what made me feel really uncomfortable, I started to look at what is it in that I really like? What can I appreciate about that? And it started off, it was very small. Little things of, oh, isn't that nice the way he's holding her hand? Or, oh, wouldn't it be lovely to be able to go for a walk with someone? Oh, they look like they have a really good time together. And just looking for those things that were really apparent in that relationship. So I started looking for the things that I wanted, because all the time that I was looking at it and having that very negative reaction, I wasn't getting what I wanted, and then that was making the problem even bigger and even bigger. So although that was only one element that I had to change, it created a lot less stress in my body. So I wasn't creating a lot of anxiety and overthinking that was happening all the time. Not wanting to be in those situations because of the mental and the internal dialogue and the physical reaction. So have a think about it. It was just interesting that I started thinking about that today when I started thinking about winter and people coupling up and getting all snuggly and those reactions that I used to have. Where do you get reactions in your life? What sort of things pop up for you that make you feel sort of a bit uncomfortable, that the internal dialogue that you have with yourself becomes quite confrontational? Just something to think about. Have a good day.